It's so striking, I'm quoting you, that both Muslim leaders and progressive commentators talk incessantly about the scourge of hate speech. Yet when somebody proposes tackling hateful speech in mosques, they scream fascist.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that is, this is such an interesting phenomenon because we're encouraged to see everything as hate speech. If someone criticizes Islam, it's Islamophobia. If someone stands up for women, it's transphobia. But then when it comes to imams standing up and telling their congregations that 7th of October was a good thing, or God bless Hamas, or even go out and destroy Jewish people's homes, that was said at various mosques in the United Kingdom after 7th of October. There are at least 2 incidents, probably more, of imams saying, get a stone, throw it at the Jew. None of those people were prosecuted. None of those people are part of that massive clampdown on hate speech in the United Kingdom that you referred to earlier. It's a 2-tier justice system. It's extraordinary. It's unfair. It's unjust, and it feeds into anti-Semitism. But in relation to multiculturalism, I'm very happy to live in an ethnically diverse society. I don't think it can be overly ethnically diverse, because then it just becomes it risks losing its soul and its traditions. So I don't think we can just keep the borders open forever. I think that would be preposterous. But I'm happy to live in an ethnically diverse society, but I don't want to live in a society where all cultures are seen as equally valid, because they aren't. And Kemi Badenoch, who's the leader of the Conservative Party here in the UK, pretty good leader, lots of good ideas. She said last year that she doesn't agree that all cultures are equally valid. And she got so much flack. People really hauled her over the coals for saying that. And she said on TV, she said on the BBC, she asked one of the presenters, are you seriously saying that the culture of the Taliban is equally valid to the culture of the United Kingdom? A country like Afghanistan, where women are not allowed to be seen in public, they're not allowed to speak in public, they're not allowed to go to school. Are we really going to say that's equally valid to Australia, to Britain? I mean, it's absurd and disgusting to spread that lie. And this is the problem I have with our so-called multicultural society. What happens is that we then bring people from that regressive culture into our society, and we tell them your culture is equally valid to ours. So Britain is now has an extraordinary number of Afghan migrants, especially young men from Afghanistan. These are people who grew up in a culture that looks upon women as second-class citizens, which looks upon Jews as dogs and pigs, which thinks of the Western world as evil and sinful. And then hundreds of thousands of them come into the United Kingdom, and the signal they get is that their views are just as valid as ours. Their culture is just as valid as ours. What we should say to them is, your culture is inferior to ours, and unless you change, then you have to go home. And the unwillingness of us to say that very basic thing, to assert that very basic love of our own nation, that's what's landing us in so much trouble right now.